Hi students, welcome to the video. Today we are going to discuss about a basic C program. Okay. Before writing the program, I just want to discuss about each and every stages in C program. First step is writing header files in the C program. So header files, what is the meaning of a header file and what is the syntax for writing the header file? So first step before writing the program is to define or to mention the header files. Okay, this is a header file and header file syntax is hash, then another statement is include, hash include, then stdio.h within the open arrow bracket, open and closed arrow bracket, and this is the syntax of a header file. So what's a header file? Header files are the files that was written by the people who invented the programming language, C programming language. Listen, in English language, grammar is the necessary thing, then only the communication will be in a proper order. So who developed this grammar? The people who invented the English language developed the grammar for that language. Likewise, a set of programs that will help us to write our program, because we are a programming language, programming people, we just want to write our program to solve the particular problem. Okay, today we are going to write a program for this. Our intention is to store the value 10 in a variable A and store another value 20 in a variable B, and the result will be stored in the variable C, A equal to A plus B. So C equal to 30, and after that what we will do is we are going to print the value. So this is the intention of our today's program. So here we don't want to worry about how to print, what to print. Okay, we don't want to worry about the program for writing a program for printing a value. We have inbuilt functions there. So how to write this inbuilt function? The inbuilt functions are performing the action with the help of the programs that was already written by the developers. The developers in the sense the programmers who invented this C language. So stdio.h is a label. Listen, stdio.h is a header file. Header files, the expansion of this header file is standard input output header file. This header file stdio.h is a label for a set of programs that are available in the compiler. So this is a compiler, online compiler. It's an online C compiler. In this C compiler, all those programs are available. All those programs are available in this C compiler under the label stdio.h. So we require, while writing the program, we require these programs to support our program. Then only all those activities will work correctly. So for that, our first step is to inform to the compiler that I need this set of programs, or I need the programs under the label stdio.h. So how the compiler understands that, okay, this before executing this program, I have to collect all those necessary programs. For that, I am using the special symbol, that is hash. It is said to be preprocessor directives. These preprocessor directives indicate to the compiler that compiler first execute this program before compiling the program, before converting the source code to the object code. We already discussed the compiler will convert the source code to the object code. Then only the machine can understand what we are going to communicate. So before converting the program into the object code, compiler has to collect the necessary things what is mentioned in the preprocessor directives. So before executing the program, compiler should execute this statement. To understand the compiler that this is our job, this is the job that we are providing to the compiler, we are mentioning the hash symbol. This is a special character symbol, and this symbol is said to be hash symbol, HASH. So this is a hash symbol, and all the statement starts with hash symbol will execute before compiling the program. After that, the next statement is include. So hash include. The meaning is we are informing to the compiler that include all the programs under the label stdio.h. So that is the meaning of this first statement. hash include stdio.h. So header file, so this is said to be a header file. The entire statement is said to be the header file, and this is a type of statement is said to be, this type of statement is said to be the preprocessor directive statement. Why it is said to be preprocessor directive? It starts with the special character hash. So with this hash symbol, the compiler can easily understand that before compiling the entire program, I have to do this, or I have to perform this particular operation. Okay, that's all about hash header files and preprocessor directives. Next step is to start the program. So void main. So this is the syntax of a C program. All the high-level programming languages that we discussed in the last class, all the high-level programming languages are structured programming languages. So what is the meaning of the structured programming languages? We have an order, we have a sequence that the program should starts from this particular point and ends at this particular point. So how we will inform to the compiler that my program should start the execution from this particular point and close at this particular point? For that, what I am doing is, we are mentioning the variable, we are mentioning the inbuilt function named as void main, and this void main, okay, we will start we will inform to the compiler that, listen compiler, my program execution should starts from line number 12 and execute and completes the execution at line number 14. How we will inform? So for that, we have a function named as void main. So it's an inbuilt function. So compiler can easily understand that, oh, the execution of this program should starts from here, from this open brace and ends at the closing brace. Now what is the next step? Next step is to store the value 10 in the variable A and store the value 20 in the variable B, and perform the operation C equal to A plus B, and after that print the value. So first step, declaration. So what is the meaning of declaration? So declaration. So what is the meaning of this declaration? Listen, here we have variables A, B, C are those variables, and these variables are human understandable language variables. These variables are for our use, for the humans. We are saying that A is a variable, okay, B is a variable, C is a variable. But how the compiler knows that it's a variable and it can store up to store the integer values like 10, 20, 30, etc. So for that, we are informing to the compiler that, listen compiler, I am using three variables A, B, C, and these variables are under the category integer data type. So compiler understands that A is a variable with the data type integer, so that A can store all the integer values. All the integer values in the sense up to the integer size of the integer is 2 byte. So A can store the value up to 2 byte. B can also store the value up to 2 bytes. C can also store the value up to 2 byte. Okay. After that, I am assigning the value for A equal to 10, then B equal to 20, then C equal to A plus B. Very simple. So we are calculating the result in and store in the value, or we are calculating A plus B and store the value in the variable C. So the operation is completed. After this operation, what we have to do? We have to print the value. Okay. So this is a statement, printf. Okay, ends with a semicolon. The statements, all the statements in C program should end with a semicolon. Okay, printf. Inside the printf, listen, while writing the program, I am completing the steps in the order, so that we will not miss anything. Okay, for example, in this case, what I did is printf. After that, I open the closing brace. At the same time, I close the closing brace, and we are going to write this statement, and it's a statement we have to mention. Statement should mention or ends with a semicolon. So we have to complete those things initially, otherwise we will miss it. Listen, we don't have time to correct the silly errors. These are, if you are missing that semicolon, these are silly errors. So we have to avoid those silly errors by practicing itself. While writing the program, we should have a good practice that we have to complete. Listen, if I omitted to mention the closing bracket, it's too silly that compiler will show an error, then we are going to correct the error. So try to avoid such kind of errors. Okay. Anyway, as a beginner, you may face errors like that, but try to practice in a proper way so that you don't want to waste the time for correcting this kind of silly errors. Okay. Okay. Printf. In this printf, what I am doing is, okay, before explaining about printf, I just want to mention these statements. These statements are comment statements. Okay. Why we are using these comment statements here? So comment statements are the statements that is easy for us to understand, because once writing the program, it may its line may be, the number of lines in that program may be 1,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 lines may be there in a program. We don't remember exactly why I wrote those programs 2 years before, because as a programmer, once I completed the project, I will be shifted or I will be moved to another project. Someone else will going to update the program. So for their easy understanding, it's a good practice to mention that why I wrote this statement. Just mention those details or those explanation here. It's a declaration part. I'm explained here. I explained here that it's a header file. The explanation of this header file is a standard input output header file. It has a preprocessor directives. I mentioned all these things with all these comment statements, and the syntax of this comment statement is the statement should starts with a double slash. So the statement, all the statement starts with double slash is considered as a comment statement. So the compiler will omit this comment statement. Compiler will not execute these statements, because compiler understands that the syntax, this is a syntax, this is a syntax like a grammar. So compiler understands that I don't want to execute this statement, I don't want to bother about this statement, because this is a compiler statement, and all these compiler statements are used for the programmer's understanding, not for the compiler's understanding. So all the comment statements starts with a double slash. So this is a sub double slash. Okay. Now this is an initialization statement. Initializing the value. Initializing the value. These two are initializing the values, and these are the operations, arithmetic operations. Okay, so these are the statements for us to understand after 1 year or 2 years. If I want to just review my program, so at that time I may be confused why I wrote this statement here. I don't have any idea about that, because it was too long back. Okay, so at that time, for our easy, as a programmer, for easy understanding, we will mention it in the comment statements. Okay, after that, once we completed the operation process, next we want to print the statement. So here, listen, for printing the value in the output screen, we have a standard inbuilt function named as printf statement. So this printf statement's syntax will be like this. Listen, printf statement should have an open bracket and a closing bracket and ends with a semicolon, and inside the open bracket or inside the brackets we have to mention the statement in a semicolon, and whatever statements that you wish to publish in the output screen should be mentioned in a semicolon. Suppose I like to mention that sum equal to, okay, I just want to mention that sum equal to 30. So result is 30. Sum equal to 30. How will you print? So whatever you require to print on the output screen, all those details should be available in the double quotes. So here I am expecting an output like this, sum equal to 30. Okay. For that I mention like sum equal to, okay, it will print like this. Okay, it will print like this, but it will not print the result, but it will print like sum equal to. You will get an output like this, sum equal to. But our intention is to print sum equal to 30. How will you print? So C is a variable having the value 30. We have to print the value available in C. So here we are specifying that sum equal to sum, then there is a space, I mentioned a space there. After that there is an equal to statement. After that there should be a space. I mentioned a space. After that I have to print the value. So So what is a value? The value is 30 and that value is an integer value and that value is stored in the variable c and c is a integer data type. So we are informing to the compiler that sum equal to 30 and 30 is the value that you are going to print there and 30 is an integer value. You have to take care of that. For that we are mentioning that the printing value characteristic is the control string for this printing value is a %d. So each and every data type, we will discuss the data types in the future classes. For this today's program I am explaining, for integer data type the control string is %d. So the %d indicates to the compiler that you are going to print a value here and that value is an integer value. Okay, next, where it is stored? It's stored in the variable c. Okay, now we are going to compile run the program. Listen, sum equal to 30, we got the result here. Okay, next I would like to print the value in an elaborative manner. Printf inside this I have a double quotes. So all these things that you have to mention initially, then you don't want to worry about the syntax errors and all. Okay, next I would like to print that the sum of these two values, sum of 10 and 20 equal to 30. So that is a explanation that I am expecting to print on the output screen. Then I will mention like this: sum of a and b, and these a and b are integer variables. A contains a value 10 and b contains a value 20. So to print this, what I am going to do is sum of dash, that is a space where we have to print the value 10. So %d, the sum of a and b, %d. Okay, sum of a and b, the values available in a and b is equal to, again, %d, the value available in c, comma. So you have to mention the variables in this order. What the value you have to print here? %d, first %d represents the value a, so a, comma, then second %d represents the value b, so that you have to mention here b, comma, third %d value is indenting for the variable c, so you have to mention c here. Now we are going to print the value. Okay, the first statement we didn't omit the first statement, first printf statement. This printf statement prints the value 30. Okay, no problem with that, we discussed already. The second printf statement is sum of 10, because we mentioned it like that, sum of 10 %d, so it's an integer value. Then compiler looks for the variable that is a here, 10, and %d, the variable, second variable is b, so value available in b is 20, which equal to %d, and the value available in c is 30. Okay, listen, all these statements are printed in a single line, so it looks odd, it's not looking nice. I would like to print this in the first line and this is in the second line. If you want to print a particular line on the second line, what you have to do is you have to mention /n. So these are the basic things you just want to understand. Now run the program. Okay, listen, sum equal to 30, that is our statement, and after that /n we will print the second statement, sum equal to 10 and the sum of 10 and 20 equal to 30. So that's all for today's class. Hope you understand and enjoy the video. Okay, see you in the next class. Thank you.